Guys, March 4th, 2022. A little chilly this morning, probably like, I don't know, 20 degrees out. She's a little nipply, Mama. Oh man, Molly, she's nipply out there. Yeah, oh, yeah, I know it is. Put the heat on though. Anyway, we're gonna go, this guy, a call from this guy. He's got a problem with his relief valve dripping on his boiler. Couple of towns down, so we'll go in there first thing in the morning. He called me a couple of days ago. He set me up. A lot of times they want an appointment first thing in the morning, so if I don't have nothing the next day or the day after, you know, I schedule them on the schedule there. And we'll go there and we'll check usually on something like that. Could be a couple of things, but most of the time it's the expansion tank that's bad, and that's what's creating the building up pressure. Sometimes it's just a relief, sometimes it's the water feeder, sometimes it's a tankless coil or a storage tank. A couple of things that can, you know, do this. So we'll go over there and I'll go check it out and see what I think is the problem and try to address it. Do the best we can for the cat. We'll try to get you some shots. Me and Miss Molly are working again. Oh yeah, we're working again, Miss Molly. You love working. She's got a little knitted sweater on under there. I gotta get some diesel for my truck. They're saying it's about $4.50 a gallon now. I don't know. It's going up. Boy, look at that.
Turn left on Hathaway Road.
Yeah, $4.45. For high test, so that's diesel's going to be over $4.50 a gallon, or right around $4.50 a gallon. Wow. Home heating oil's going up too, you know that. Holy shit, Mama. Embrace the technology. Embrace the technology. Oh, yeah. We're going to have to get ourselves an electric truck, Miss Molly. We're going to have to get ourselves an electric battery-operated truck, you think? What do you think? Yeah. Well, yeah, we go. Maybe we'll get a solar one with a big windmill on the top. What do you think? Yeah, that look really good, wouldn't it? Yeah. Big truck with a windmill on the top. Oh, yeah, that'd go over big. Yeah, it would.
Yeah. What are the boilers you usually run?
Well, again, oil-fired boiler. I can get you a price on oil-fired boiler with 2 zones. That would be your best bet. So 1 inch here and a 3/4. So you got a split loop here on the first floor, and then you got one for the second floor, correct?
Yeah.
And you got a separate relay here. Yeah, we just shut it off because the expansion tank's new. This is new. The relief valve's new, and it's still leaking. So it's going to be this coil. And this is an S series. Turbo Dynamics. I don't know if I can see the serial. It's an S series. That looks like probably about an 8-inch plate there. 1, 2, 6 bolt. And I can grind these off. What do we got? We don't even have a tempering valve on this thing. How hot's the flipping water? It must be crazy hot.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Don't even have a tempering valve on that thing.
This thing here?
Yeah, well, cut it off.
Yeah.
I mean, how hot is it? The water.
It goes up to 160.
No, I'm saying you got it disconnected.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
It must be hot. Who did this?
I did that when they the last time they were here. The guy, there was hot water running.
So you must have super hot water going upstairs, obviously, coming right out of the boiler, 180.
Yeah, but it's not horrible with the well.
Oh, it's not.
the well is ice cold, so the shower is still.
It's still bad. Yeah. No filter here. It's at the burner. I mean, oil's gonna go way up, huh?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! I gotta get diesel for my truck. I hate to even go look at it. It's going to be like $4.50.
Yeah, it's like $800 for a tank, right?
I have no idea.
200 gallons.
It's probably about $4. It's probably gonna be like $4 1/4.
Yeah.
Or $4 a gallon.
Yeah, so 800 to 900 per tank.
If it was me, I mean, I could look into it, but I'll give you a price on just changing the boiler out, and also, all right, so it's only 1 inch. That seems awful odd. How big's the house? How many square feet?
I don't even remember. I think it's, let's see.
Look at the water already stopped. See it?
Yeah.
It's already stopped dripping.
So what does that mean?
So what I'm going to tell you to do is, the only thing you shut up. Go turn the main water back on, so they'll determine our feeder here. We got it off here going into the tankless. That's going to determine if it's this coil or not, because we shut the water off going to the coil, right? Then we shut the main off. Unless you got some kind of leakage. You said you got faucets dripping upstairs? Shower?
No, I don't think it's not dripping. It's just the shower's going to need to be replaced. So
I could hear it running, right? The shower?
No, that's this.
No, but this. What's this? Well, you got.
That's off. So if I want to turn the shower,
don't turn it on, because then it'll backfeed and start dripping here.
If I want to turn the shower on,
look at it, it's not dripping. See it?
Yeah.
So once we turn this water on, it's going to stop pissing out the coil into the boiler and coming out the relief valve. So that determines the issue. You see it?
Yeah.
The other guy didn't tell you that. Oh, he did all this other stuff.
Yeah, he did the other stuff first, probably because
it's not dripping.
Yeah, probably because the last thing you'd want to do is change the coil, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. So what I would do is, we got it off right now. We just turned the water back on. It's up to temperature. So it's not building pressure. That gauge has got to go anyway, but... And this thing's only a couple of weeks old. This feeder's a couple of weeks old. The relief valve's a couple of weeks old. You know what I'm saying about putting a new coil in an old boiler like this? You're gonna spend some money for that coil to replace that coil. Buying the coil and installing it and everything, it's gonna be up there. With the tempering valve and everything, you're gonna be kind of throwing good money to bad, because if this boiler starts leaking, say in a year or 2 years, you already wasted all that money on putting a new coil in this thing, because you don't know how long this boiler is gonna last, or if it's even leaking at all. Because look how wet it is around here. If it was me, I would go with a new boiler. Whether I do it or someone else does it, and then you don't have gas here, right?
No. Well, I have a propane tank for the stove.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Nothing.
I'd probably stay with the oil. Propane's going to be high too.
Yeah.
Propane's crazy money, because they're going to drive it here.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. All right. So see. She stopped. You know, you get a little bit of residue from what's in the pipe, but the guy didn't even do anything. It's just stuck on there. You see that?
Oh yeah.
ProPress Queen. Alright, so unfortunately I got to charge you for coming out here, you know.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
but at least I got to the bottom of it, right?
Right.
Because if it was anything to do with the expansion tank or stuff, this wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
Because we still got the water feeder, water to here coming in, and then it reduces down. So this part hasn't changed. The only thing that we change is we shut the water off going through the coil to the hot water. You just shut the hot water off, and then the leak stops. So then that determines it's this for sure, guaranteed.
Things break, or like you say, those pinhole things come through.
Oh, so you just get the old, go to Home Depot and get the shock bite.
Yeah.
Hey, so you got a 40-60 switch there, which is pretty good pressure. Now, where'd you get my number?
I saw you on YouTube. I was looking up what would cause the drip, and you were the first thing that came up when I heard the accent. I was like, hey, that's got to be from not even just Massachusetts, but southeastern Mass.
Look at this shit, huh? Yeah, that's that just blows the rust out. You like that thing? Does it even work? No,
Yeah, I
it's all off.
Yeah, I haven't used this wing in ages.
Holy shit, guy.
So maybe over the
This is all PEX and wow.
Yeah, when we first moved in.
Fuck this thing. Pull this thing out and throw in a wood stove. You don't need this, right? You run a wood stove.
Yeah.
No? You rather not.
Not with the bunnies.
Not with the bunnies. Just curious. All right, we got it on. So what's the tape for? Stop a leak?
Yeah, there was a pinhole there, so.
Yeah, it's pinhole.
Another thing I've been waiting on.
Well, the same thing with the coil pinholes, right?
Now, if there was air getting into the system, would that cause it to
No, the air in the system would actually help because it would be able some place for the water to expand, right? So now, obviously, if it's a pinhole, it's going to piss in slowly and it's going to build up pressure, and then this will start leaking. But this is off right now. So obviously a new boiler would have get a brand new feed, a new expansion tank. You know, the whole thing would be new. Everything would be brand new.
Yeah.
You know, right from the scratch. And you got a protected oil line there, so that's fine. That's blue.
And is it possible to come closer to the boiler with PEX so the stuff doesn't keep making pinholes, or is it like some?
It's supposed to be 3 feet from the boiler.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be 3 feet. So obviously this thing's not legal. It's within 3 feet, right?
Yeah.
So you should be from here. Well, you got to be 3 feet before you use PEX. Because if not, the shit gets hot and could melt. That's the theory of it. Well, the thing's been running and it wasn't leaking, right?
Yeah, well, it leaks all the time now, so that's the other question.
Well, the other question is, you shut it off there, and once the pressure comes down, when this shuts off, it won't leak anymore. And then when you open it, it's going to take some time to build pressure back up if it's a slow leak, right?
Yeah.
Once it builds the pressure back up, the relief valve will start leaking again. It's doing its job. Alright, I just left that job. Guy wants a price on a new coil. I tried to talk him. I'm gonna try to get him. I'm gonna get him a price on a new boiler also. It's kind of a waste to put a coil in that old boiler. I might be able to get a coil for that thing, but you're gonna be spending a lot of money into a real old boiler. It's probably like 40 years old, that boiler. 38 years old, something like that. Don't recommend spending a lot of money on it. Better off replacing it. Definitely that tankless coil.
Turn left on Main Street.